What is happening, everyone? Brian Mello here again over at Marty's Buick GMC, and in today's video we're going to take a look at this 2021 GMC Yukon SLT in pearl beige metallic with a tested MSRP of $67,005, I think. We'll take a look at that window sticker in just a second, but as with most of my videos, I'm going to do a quick walk around the entire exterior of this vehicle, show you some of the features there, and then once I'm done, we'll jump inside and show you what goes on inside as well. To kick this thing off, first things first, we're going to take a look at our key fob. If this thing focuses, maybe it won't. There we go. We've got our lock, we've got our unlock, we've got our remote start, lift and lower the lift gate, and then our panic button right there. I'm just going to fire this thing up really quick. Now, first things first, you can see we've got our LED day running lights with LED blade headlights. I'm going to shut this thing down. We've got our SLT grille. We've got LED fog lights down low. We've also got our front parking sensors, which you can see right there. And right underneath the GMC logo in the grille, we can see the front camera for our surround vision camera system. And we'll show you how that works once we get inside. As we go around the side of this thing, we're going to get a first look at our 20-inch wheels, and these are wrapped in 275 wide Continental tires. So really nice tire there, good quiet ride, which also gives you plenty of confidence in inclement weather, like the impending snowstorm that we have on our way right now. Up high on the fender, you've got your GMC badge, Yukon, right there on the door. And if we come up to our mirror, you can see you've got your marker indicators built into the mirror, and you've also got another camera down here for your HD surround vision camera system. Now, I am recording this video in 4K, so if you're watching this on PC, I know it might be a little tough on mobile. If you want to pause the video right now, you should be able to look at everything that is on this window sticker. However, I'll highlight a couple of the quick features. You can see it's a 2021 Yukon SLT. You've got pearl beige metallic paint with dark walnut slate interior. It's got the 5.3 V8 matched up with the 10-speed automatic transmission. You'll also see it's the standard vehicle price is $60,800. However, we added the SLT Luxury Plus package, which gives you a slew of options. You can see here, like the HD surround vision system, rear pedestrian alert. The list goes on and on. I'm not going to go over all of them. Like I said, if you want to pause right here, you can see everything, but we'll go over most of those once we jump inside. Total vehicle price on this, $67,005. Fuel economy, you've got 20 miles per gallon highway, 16 city with a combined of 18. Now I'm going to back up really quick and give you a nice side profile of the Yukon SLT. Hopefully the sun that's beaming through won't ruin it, but it looks pretty good. I'm a huge fan of this body line that runs the length of the vehicle. It's very similar to the trucks. I think it just looks really good. It adds that luxury feel, and it's just a really nice, solid design. You can see you've got the chrome trim running along the bottom, also runs around the windows, and this is keyless entry, so as long as you have the key fob on you, you just have to touch this button right there on the door handle, and that's going to let you into the vehicle. As we go around the back, you can see we've got our rear trailer tow package. I guess you'd only have a rear trailer tow package, right? You've got your trailer tow package. It's all set up. It's hidden right there underneath that black cap, which meshes right in well with the bumper because they left the bottom of the bumper black, which I'm a big fan of. You've also got your rear parking sensors, a rear backup camera, which you can see hidden right underneath the GMC logo. You've got Yukon in the bottom left, SLT in the bottom right. Your LED third brake light is up top, and there's also a hidden rear wiper. They tuck it up underneath so that snow, ice, and things like that doesn't gum it all up and it doesn't work. I'm sure on some of the older vehicles, you notice you hit it and it's just all stuck sitting here. You won't have that issue anymore. I'm going to use the remote to pop open the back and get a first glimpse of what is inside back here. Plenty of room, actually. The previous generation Yukon, I want to say, was about half the cargo space. Now, I'm not talking the XL. Obviously, the XL has even more space. But the original Yukon, or the previous generation Yukon, rear cargo space was next to nothing. As I'm sure if you're driving one, you're probably shaking your head up and down, yes, because it was pretty much about half this space. So it is nice that they did extend it just a little bit. I do believe that some of that has to do with the rear independent suspension system that they have in the new 2021 Yukons. Now, over on the right side in the back, you can drop your seats, all power. In fact, let's drop one of those right now. Folds nice and flat, so once again, as far as cargo space goes, if you needed to put some luggage back here, a dog kennel, maybe you're doing some Christmas shopping, it is the holiday season, you'd be able to stuff as much junk or groceries or whatever the case may be back here without any issue. You'll also see on the left side, you've got these tie-down hooks. So if you want to put some netting, you can see you've got the space right here to put the bar. So if you want to put some netting so that no one can see what you have back here, you can absolutely do that. And it's going to be nice, cover everything up. Kids are sneaking in, want to see what's going on. Press that button, it's going to lift the seat right up. The only thing that won't power up is the headrest, so you do have to do that manually. The second row, I do like to let everybody know, it does fold, power fold down. I actually hit that one. Oh, I may not have... Oh yeah, I have the, I might get stuck, so yeah, I have all the floor mats and everything wrapped up still in front of it, but it did go all the way down. It will not fold up power. So if you do fold it down with the power, the second row you do have to manually lift back up, but obviously not a huge deal there. I'm just gonna lift this seat back up, and then I'll fold the front seat up in just a second. You'll also have a full power outlet back here, which is great if you're doing things like camping or a kid's football game or kid's soccer game, whatever the case may be. It's nice to be able to plug things in the back without having to run a wire all the way to the front. I'm going to use this button here, and that's gonna lower the lift gate. And I'm gonna check, I didn't look on the window sticker whether or not this has the foot activation, but I do know the foot activation is right on this side of the rear bumper, so let's stick our foot under there and see. All right, so this one does not have the foot activation. If you do have one with the foot activated lift gate, it's right in the bottom right-hand corner. You just stick your foot under the bottom right and up the lift gate will go. Let's go into the passenger compartment. Now I'm gonna step back so you can get a look at your door. Really love the wood grain trim with the aluminum surround. I think it looks really good. You can see you've got the GMC door sill. We've got that beige interior. You've got perforated leather back here on your captain's chairs, and they are heated. Plenty of space back here for an adult. They did increase the leg room back here quite a bit, so that's always nice. You can never have too much space nowadays. And in the back, you can see here, we've got our heated seat controls, we've got our rear climate controls, and then we've got 2 USB-C ports. So anything that needs to be charged up, you have access nice and easy for your passengers. Also, if we look up, you can see you've got the big panoramic roof. I'll open that up once we jump in the front seat, and you've got LED interior lighting back here as well. You've also got pockets on the back of both seats, and these cup holders can be used for the passengers, not just the people up front. And a lot of people think those are for the front passengers, but it really makes more sense for the passengers in the rear to use those cup holders. And let's jump up front, because I'm sure this is probably what most of you want to see. Now, once again, I'm going to stand back so you can get kind of a good solid look of everything that you would see as you were getting into the vehicle. You can see your power seat controls there, power lumbar support. The power lumbar support are awesome, or is awesome on these seats. A lot of them, it's either too much or too little. There's no give. This one has a lot of give. It's a really comfortable seat. I'm really impressed with it. I'm gonna fire this thing up. All right. Now, I'd like to let everybody know, just turn this radio off. I am going to go through this kind of quickly. Of course, at the end of this video, if you have any questions or any concerns, comments, or maybe I didn't highlight something that you had seen in someone else's video or something that you wanted that I missed, please let me know and I'll be happy to address those in the comments below. So with that said, let's jump right into this. Over on the left side, we have our power seating buttons. We have our power windows, our power mirrors, and our power door locks. Now, keep in mind, you have really expensive mirrors here. So I always let everybody know, try and get in the habit, if you're parking in the city or somewhere with like tight quarters where someone could possibly take the mirror off, just hit this little button here, and that's gonna allow you to fold your mirrors in close to the body of the vehicle so that somebody doesn't drive by and take your nice expensive mirror off. Now, starting on the dash, we've got our power parking brake. So, you know, the old one that you used to have to yank or step on the floor, that's gone. So just a quick button here will put your parking brake on or off. We have lane departure warning. We have our traction control system on or off. We have our parking sensors on or off. We have the automatic start and stop. You can activate that or deactivate it. So that's, you know, when you come to a red light and you come to a complete stop, the vehicle shuts down in order to increase your fuel economy. Some people aren't a big fan of that. It seems all the vehicles are doing that now. I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm really glad that I have a button so I'm able to disable that. We can turn on or off the power outlets, like the one that you saw all the way in the back, as well as the one that is, I think this one does not have one up front. This one has the regular AC outlet. So this is the AC outlet in the back. You can turn on or off. This little slot right here that everybody always asks what the heck this thing is. I did some research, looked up the parts and the descriptions for it. So what this slot is for is if you had a, maybe like a parking badge that you always have to use and put out the window, or maybe it's a toll pass and you have to constantly use that. Someone else actually told me in a comment that they use this for their coffee card, so like their Dunkin' Donuts gift cards, and they keep that there so that when they're rolling on the window, the Dunkin' Donuts card is right there all the time. So that was probably the best idea, but that is what that slot is for. Underneath there, we've got our four-wheel drive and mode selector. We've got our headlight controls with our gauge cluster brightness controls above that, and then our trailer brake controller to the right side. Jumping up to our steering wheel, we've got our heated steering wheel, forward collision alert, and our cruise controls on the left. And over here on the right, we've got our hands-free voice dialing. Volume control is right here on the back, so if you put your hand here, the volume toggle's really easy access, really convenient, right on the back side of the steering wheel. And then this toggle right here will go through all the different information right here on the gauge cluster. You can see as I scroll through it, we get our average fuel economy, our distances, our fuel range, oil life, brake pad life, tire pressure. It's going to give you all that kind of good stuff right through here, which is good. You can change your follow distance for the forward collision alert. Most people leave it on home. Home screen's going to give you your miles per hour. It's going to show you your distance till empty, and of course your odometer reading and a clock. Also going to give you your temperature. As you can see, it's not getting any warmer out here. You can also do your navigation system, your audio controls, phone, and everything else. You can also customize this. If you go to settings, you can see your info page options. You can change everything to your liking. But I think in most cases, people just leave it on the home button. Now, I'm going to try to bring the camera all the way back. In fact, I might even be able to, let's go wide. Boop. Now you might see my camera equipment here, but that gives you a nice wide view. You can see what this whole dash looks like when you're sitting here. I'm going to go back in close so we can get a better look. So this brings us over to our GMC IntelliLink system. This is a 10.2, 10.1? You think I'd remember this by now. I believe it's a 10.2 inch full color touch display. You've got AM, FM, XM satellite radio. You've got Apple CarPlay. You've got Android Auto. You've got built-in trailering. So you can actually set up multiple trailers here. And depending, I'm not going to go through all of it, but if you were pulling different trailers, you can have everything set up. It's got built-in checklists, so you don't ever forget anything. It's really, really convenient and good, especially if you're a novice to trailering. It's going to make things a little bit easier for you. Your audio, obviously, like I said, AM, FM, XM. I really love the way that like your XM radio, when you're scrolling through, how it breaks down your channel lineup. Pretty cool system. Obviously, you have all your favorites and all the typical things that you're used to. One thing I did notice that I didn't like is, like, one critique is that sometimes you see that there's no home button here. Like, the home button disappears. I think the home button should permanently be in the bottom left-hand corner like it is here. If you see there's no home button, there's a home button down here, and you can just hit that home button. In most cases, it's there, but sometimes in certain screens, it's gone. It's just a little, little quirk that I wasn't a big fan of. It's kind of a simple fix they could have left. You do have 4G LTE Wi-Fi built in. You can log into your My GMC account through here. You can schedule your service and things like that. You've also got your camera system. So here's your HD surround vision camera system. Now, depending on the camera view that you're seeing, you'll see you get a little yellow indicator. So that's either, am I looking at the front or the back? So for here, it's the front. If I hit it again, you're going to see now I'm looking at the rear. And then this one that's activated is the overhead view over here on the left. You can also disable these grids if you want. Most people, it's kind of crazy to disable them. I'd say leave them on. But you have a ton of different options. Whatever makes it easier for you, you have the ability to change. I call these the curb hunter cameras. So if you're in the city and you're pulling up nice and close to a curb and you don't want to destroy your 20-inch wheels, these are nice to have. Pull up nice and close, fold your mirrors in, and even though this is a huge vehicle, you should feel nice and secure that you're close and parked and no one's going to sideswipe you. You've also got your tow hitch camera. So once again, if you're new to towing and you're going to be towing with this thing, it makes it really, really easy for you. It's a really great system. Make sure that when you go to test drive one of these things, their salesperson goes through all the different options and allows you to use the surround vision camera system, allows you to go into the apps, allows you to go into the climate controls and see how everything works. So that way you make an accurate and good educated decision when it comes to purchasing something that's $67,000. One thing I do like to note too is that Waze, I'm a big Waze fan. So if you use Waze navigation on your phone, it actually works through Apple CarPlay. So, you know, I've used a ton of different navs. I'm a super tech guy, and Waze works incredible. I'm a huge fan of it, and it's awesome that it works right here on my nav so that I don't have to look down at my phone and get all the Waze alerts that I'm a big fan of, like where's that cop hiding in the trees. Next to that, I'll touch base on this really quick. You have your hazard lights, your hazards here, and this is just a felt-lined pocket for some sunglasses. So you can slide a pair of sunglasses in here and you don't have to worry about them getting scratched. Shout out to the subscriber that let me know that's what that was for, because I was a little bit confused. I was like, what the heck is this thing? This is new. Below the GMC IntelliLink system, you've got your analog controls, so your radio controls. You've got your climate control system here. Heated and air-conditioned seats. You've got your rear climate controls. Down low, we've got a power outlet, a USB-C, a USB, and an SD card slot. And right here is if you can see the icon here, there's a wireless charging dock. So if you have a current gen iPhone, or pretty much almost any phone it seems like now, as long as it has a conductive back, just set your phone down there. It's going to charge wirelessly for you. No more wires. It'll hook up to Apple CarPlay without any wires. Really great. One of the things I'm a little mad my truck doesn't have is the wireless CarPlay, because I think that's an awesome feature. We've got our cup holders here, and we've got our big center console. Huge center console. If anyone's driving the previous gen, you remember that the wireless charging dock used to be right here, and one of the common problems was if you hit the brakes too hard or accelerated too hard, the phone will go flying wherever the heck it felt like flying. So that's another reason why they changed and moved the wireless charger down low. Let's open this thing up. We can see inside. We've got a little storage area here. We've got a storage area here. It's channeled. However, the really cool thing is above my head, just take a quick peek, above my head right here, this button, if I press that, we're going to see our console is power sliding back. And that will go all the way back, and it actually reveals a little hidden storage compartment right here. So kind of neat. I think that what they still wanted that little hidden storage compartment that used to be behind the screen, and they didn't have that anymore, so now you have a little hidden storage compartment right here. It also brings these cup holders back much further. So if you got kids in the back and they're drinking, you just hit the drive-through, I would, maybe slide this back so that it's easier for them to reach the cup holders so they're not spilling all over your console, all over the floor, and wherever else. So I'm just going to slide this thing forward now. All right, now here's a look at your seat, the bolstering. Once again, I'm a really big fan of these seats. They're much more comfortable, in my opinion, from the previous generation. The bolstering's really nice. Seat's really comfortable. Once again, perforated leather because it's air conditioned and heated. Look at your headrest. And here is a look at your door. Now this one, I believe, yes, it does. I can see it down there. So this one does have the Bose audio system in it. So if you're a big fan of listening to music while you're driving, which, I mean, who isn't? You do have a really, really great audio system in here. You're going to be really, really happy with it. As we look above our heads, let's open this thing up and get a nice view with our panoramic glass roof. Now this, of course, can tilt and open. However, I'm not going to do that because it's freezing outside, and I finally got this truck warm, and I'm enjoying myself in here. So just know it does tilt. It does open. Of course it does, right? Additionally, above us, we've got our programmable garage door openers. We can fold the seats down, so your captain's chairs and everything, you can fold down from here. You've also got your interior LED lighting, and your OnStar buttons have been moved from the mirror to this overhead position. So that's pretty much the rundown of this 2021 GMC Yukon SLT. I'm going to flip the headlights on really quickly just so you guys can see that. Now, as always, I want to just thank everybody again for watching my videos. I can't express my thanks enough. It's been great watching everybody comments and subscribes and everything else. So if you're new to the channel and this is the first time you've seen one of my videos, or maybe this is not the first time, but you're here again, please consider liking, subscribing, and following down below. I've got a ton of great content coming. In fact, I think my next video, I don't think you guys can see it, but that's the 2021 2500 HD Denali. I think that's the next one on my list. So thanks for watching. Stay warm. If you're in the New England area, the big snowstorm's coming. Batten down the hatches. Get ready for that. And I will see you all on the next video. Thanks again, everyone. Take care and have a great rest of your week.